And welcome to this video. I'm going to be showing you how to light your own standing desk setup. I'm actually going to show you a full-on video about exactly what I did. It can be quite a pain. Setting up lights for your studio, you have to actually spend time playing with it. I spent 2 days getting the right lighting and I'm still not happy yet. Once we crack it, we'll get something like this where it's a bit more nice and pleasing to the eye. So I'm going to take you to this next segment, which will actually split it down exactly how I started without the desk. When the desk came, how I set up the lights, the camera, the different little checks I did in the tips. So I think you'll find this really helpful, considering I'm using a camcorder as my main front angle that I'm going to be using there. So I used the camcorder because it follows my face and is auto focusing. My Canon DSLR that I've got, I used magic lantern on. However, that was an older camera that did not have automatic focusing, so it's a bit of a situation when you're showing things, demonstrating. I always go on about lighting. This is in practice showing you a new setup from scratch basically. So you'll see that step by step. If you enjoy it, make sure to like and comment below. If you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. Okay, so first we're going to start with a standard setup. I've got one light right in front of me, and you can see behind in the wall my head shadow. So this is not a great shadow. Let's play with this. So that is a light slightly positioned to the right. You can see that light is as a corner, as a 45-degree type of situation. That was pointing at me. Now I'm going to bounce it off the wall. You will notice when you bounce it off the wall, the output reduces, so I've got a darker image. I don't like that at all. There's another light in the background there. I haven't turned that on yet. I'm going to be playing about with these. You'll notice this is something that takes time. I spent a full day trying to get this lighting right. So don't be discouraged if it takes a while. Keep adjusting and try and get the right feel and look you want. Obviously, this is a new desk standing setup, so it will be a bit more tricky than my sitting down situation. Let's add a second light in the mix. So the first light is off to my left, and the second one is bouncing off the wall. There's a lot of overspill of light. Remember, in the background I have green LED lights, so you see that I don't want to show the light or get the light bouncing off my background because it'll reduce the effect of the LEDs. So here's a quick look at slightly what the plan is. I'm going to be sitting down. If it's a long live stream, I'm going to stand and start doing a standing segment. I've zoomed right in here to try and get rid of all the fluff around. So if I was showing a demonstration, will basically go along these lines. So I've got my mic just here and I'll do a standing desk shot. So if I'm using this, how would this look? I can easily transition between the two scenes. Let's go back to the desk. And there we go, we're back to the nice blurry background. I'm just showing you the rough outline of how this is going to work. So then I go to my join screen. So if I go to side screen like that, again, that hasn't set up properly yet. And let me go over and show you what it looks like. So now you can see that can be a live streaming camera with 2 views, and the best thing about that is I need to sort the angle out, focus it, and do some additional lighting to make that bang on, so I can do a standing talking shot there. So this is going to be the setup. I'm doing a live stream, I'm going to do a standing talking shot there. So let me quickly show you the setup now. It still hasn't finished, but I want to show you what it looks like. So there, right now I'm talking into this mic here. A bit more setup needs to happen. The lighting needs to improve. I'm going to have a desk in front of me, but it gives you an idea of what you can achieve with this. So I commissioned a custom standing desk just for this environment because I need it to be nice and thin. We don't have much space here, so you can see here Think, Make, Share have made this custom desk for me, standing bar / desk. I'll link you in the card so you can actually see this being made. Again, in theme with my channel, we don't want expensive gear. These have been upcycled from pallets, so it's actually a really economical way of doing stuff. Pallets that are otherwise thrown away. So let's have a look at this first setup now. Here the light's getting a bit better. You can see the tables in shot. I've got my background behind me. The background shelves that I actually use are also custom made for me. Again, you can see that in the Think, Make, Share channel. So right now this is going to be roughly the idea. So I've got some action cameras there. I'm doing a slight think about quality where you can kind of see the items on the table. You can talk about them. Again, I haven't nailed down my setup here. So it's been 2 days I've been playing with this. The desk is here now, so I can make sure the light is better because it bounces off the desk and gives me a bit of feel. Again, that angle there is a bit too high. This is more nicer, it's eye level. However, the background, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. So you'll see in the start of this video what I ended up achieving, but this is basically me walking you through the setup. I've changed the lights, I've changed the camera angle. We're using the same camera, so remember, lighting is your friend. If you spend lighting time setting it up, your camera will give you good quality. This I'm a bit more happy with now. Just on the slanted loft studio roof, I actually added material to act as sound dampening, which is what you can see behind me. So at some point I might change that and put foam up, maybe, possibly. So that might be another option. But right now we're at a good point. You saw me going through the full setup stage of this. And again, I'm not happy with the light. So you'll see what I'm doing here is I've put a backlight behind the desk to light me from behind. So it pops me away from the background as well as the items on the table that are being showcased. So here the desk shot is perfect. I love that. But I spent a long time setting that up. Once it's set up, it's the same. What I'm doing now is switching off all the lights, and each light I'm putting on one by one. This is a really good tip for you and a trick. Switch each light off individually and see what each light is doing. Right now in the background the LED lights are on, and I've got a floor light acting as a backlight, which I've turned off now. So right now you can see no lights apart from the LEDs behind me, and those shelves behind me look really good like this. As soon as I add light, that light overspills onto the background. Not here, because this camera angle has been set up so you can see behind me is nice green and pink. And once this is set, the secondary angle, I want it to match my first angle, so there's a nice transition between the two cameras, because obviously this is like a live situation. I've turned the backlight on there. You can see how it's affecting the first camera. Not too much overspill, so I'm happy with that. However, the roof is being lit up, so I will definitely need to get those foam insulation type things, you know, the ones used for soundproofing, and put them on the back bar behind my head, just to stop that white kind of distracting you. So that's going to be something we're looking at. Again here, this is just the rear light. And this is switching between the cameras. Let me add another light into the mix. So right on my desk, I've put another light, which is overspilling onto the background. You see the speaker in the background is a bit more lit now. I'm not sure about that. But however, the table is looking a lot better now. So see how it's giving a bit of depth and a bit of shadow. Let me turn it off and turn it on. See that? So that is exactly kind of the feel and look I want, which is good. Off and on, so you can see the difference between that when I turned it on and off. Let's go back to the table and see how that feels. Okay, there, it's got a bit of a moody feel to it, a bit shadowy. You don't want to always light from the front. As soon as you light from the front, it kind of lights everything. Try and use angles to your advantage and light off the center, as it were. So like either left side, right side. I'm mimicking my table shot. On my table shot, I light from my left top angle at 45 degrees. Also have a few foam cores on hand, these like white boards. You can attach them to your lights to stop light bouncing around, because you want to concentrate it on certain bits that you want lit and not the other bits. That's what gets you that nice background color. So here the right hand side of the image is light, but my face is too shadowy. So let's have a look if I can bounce light back into the scenario. I have got a big pop-up reflector that I can add on the wall, which will bounce some of that light back to me so it's not too dark. But there, that's giving you a better feel of the type of situation. Again, the main thing here is highlighting the products that we'll be speaking about. So the action cameras on the table look well lit. You're seeing two cameras at the same time here. When I look at individual shots, it'll be a lot nicer and a lot better. But yeah, lighting tips wise, I think you need to play with it. That's your main thing. Now I've put the front light on my desk shot. So now if you look at both angles together, it's a lot more pleasing and not have a massive difference between them. Obviously my desktop shot's a bit more well lit, but that's easier to light because I've got a massive desk that bounces the light back up towards me and it softens it. On the longer standing desk area now, that is going to be a bit more tricky because it's going to be shadow. That's 3 lights currently on: backlight, front light and desk light. Again, that back beam, the white one, that's kind of a bit distracting to my eye. This is a last little clip here with the PTZ camera, pan, tilt, zoom. This will be the camera that I'll put on when I switch areas. So for example, it follows your face. So now watch, as I get off my desk, it'll follow me. This is actually automatic, so you can do it like a self-streaming. And then when you come to your position, you can ask it do a L shape for loser, and that will zoom the camera in, so you can see there. And then you can transition to another shot. It doesn't hit it every time, but is an option. There you can see that. So that's kind of giving you an idea of the movement I did. And you can see the reflector on the wall, which is bouncing some light back towards my face. Again, on this wall, I might put up a big whiteboard or something and use that for demonstrating as well. So in this small space, I've got 3 different setups. You can see the camcorder HDMI out, which is the front view on my desk shot as well there, and the lights nicely in this view. So it gives you like a overall around the situation views. Hoping you found that really helpful. Basically, that was me setting up my setup. It's still not finished, so in later videos you'll see how this gets better. The standing desk looks okay, but as I add foam and the soundproofing, it will make it a bit more nicer. So if you like this video, here's another video you can check out too. Also, I'm going to give you a link to Think Make Share channel. You can actually check them out. They made my custom back shelving behind me and my custom standing desk. So if you're interested in watching people work and get the best from their existing equipment, Think Make Share is a great channel to check out how they make amazing things from upcycled materials and ideas. I'll see you on my next video.